Microsoft AI-900 exam practice questions are available in the video for you to study. Which term is used to describe uploading your own data to customize an Azure OpenAI model? A. Completion. B. Grounding. C. Fine-tuning. D. Prompt engineering. The answer is C. Fine-tuning refers to the process of uploading your own labeled data to train or adjust a pre-trained Azure OpenAI model so it performs better on specific tasks. This customizes the model to understand and respond in a way that aligns with your unique dataset. A. Completion. This is just generating text based on a prompt, not customization. B. Grounding refers to providing external data, like from a database, during a prompt, often used in RAG, retrieval augmented generation, not training the model. D. Prompt engineering involves crafting better prompts to get better responses, but doesn't involve uploading data or changing the model. What should you implement to identify hateful responses returned by a generative AI solution? A. Prompt engineering. B. Abuse monitoring. C. Content filtering. D. Fine-tuning. The answer is C. Content filtering is used to detect and block inappropriate or harmful content, such as hate speech, in responses generated by AI models. It helps ensure safe and responsible AI usage. A. Prompt engineering helps guide the model's behavior but doesn't detect hate speech. B. Abuse monitoring tracks how the system is being used but isn't specific to identifying content types. D. Fine-tuning adapts a model to specific tasks or domains but doesn't inherently detect hateful content. What should you do to ensure that an Azure OpenAI model generates accurate responses that include recent events? A. Modify the system message. B. Add grounding data. C. Add few-shot learning. D. Add training data. The answer is B. To ensure an Azure OpenAI model includes recent events in its responses, you need to provide grounding data. This means supplying external, up-to-date information, like documents, search results, or databases, that the model can reference when generating answers. Why the others are incorrect? A. Modify the system message. This sets tone or behavior but doesn't add facts or recent data. C. Add few-shot learning. Involves giving examples in the prompt, but doesn't guarantee accuracy or freshness. D. Add training data. Training takes time and is not ideal for dynamic, up-to-date events. Grounding is typically used with approaches like retrieval augmented generation, RAG, to keep models current. Providing contextual information to improve the response's quality of a generative AI solution is an example of which prompt engineering technique? A. Providing examples. B. Fine-tuning. C. Grounding data. D. System messages. The answer is A. Providing contextual information within a prompt, like giving a few examples or clarifying the task, is a prompt engineering technique known as providing examples, often called few-shot prompting. It helps the model generate more accurate and relevant responses based on the context you provide. Why the others are incorrect? B. Fine-tuning. This modifies the model with new training data. It's not prompt engineering. C. Grounding data. That's supplying external factual data, often separate from the prompt itself. D. System messages. These set the model's behavior or role but don't provide task-specific context or examples. You need to predict the population size of a specific species of animal in an area. Which Azure machine learning type should you use? A. Clustering. B. Regression. C. Classification. The answer is B. To predict a continuous value, such as the population size of a specific species, regression is the appropriate machine learning method. It is used for predicting numerical outcomes based on input data. A. Clustering. This is used for grouping data points into clusters, unsupervised learning, and wouldn't be suitable for predicting a specific value like population size. C. Classification. This is used for predicting categorical outcomes, e.g., yes, no, disease, no disease, rather than continuous values. Which parameter should you configure to produce a more diverse range of tokens in the responses from a chat solution that uses the Azure OpenAI GPT 3.5 model? A. Max response. B. Past messages included. C. Presence penalty. D. Stop sequence. The answer is C. The presence penalty is a parameter that encourages the model to produce more diverse responses by discouraging it from repeating tokens, words or phrases, that have already appeared in the conversation. By increasing the presence penalty, the model will be more likely to generate a wider variety of tokens in its responses. Why the others are incorrect? A max response. This controls the length of the response, not its diversity. B. Past messages included. Refers to the context from previous interactions, but it doesn't directly influence the variety of tokens. D. Stop sequence. This defines the characters or phrases that tell the model when to stop generating text, but it doesn't affect the diversity of the response. What is an example of a regression model in machine learning? A. Dividing the student data in a dataset based on the age of the students and their educational achievements. B. Identifying subtypes of spam email by examining a large collection of emails that were flagged by users. C. Predicting the sale price of a house based on historical data, the size of the house, and the number of bedrooms in the house. D. Identifying population counts of endangered animals by analyzing images. The answer is C. A regression model is used when the goal is to predict a continuous numeric value. In this case, predicting the sale price of a house based on features like historical data, size, and number of bedrooms is a classic example of regression because the price is a continuous variable. Why the others are incorrect? A. Dividing student data based on age and achievements. This sounds like a classification or clustering task, not regression. B. Identifying subtypes of spam emails. This is a classification task, spam versus non-spam or subtypes of spam. D. Identifying population counts of endangered animals by analyzing images. This could involve image classification or object detection. But it's not directly a regression problem unless you're estimating a numerical count based on image data. What should you do to reduce the number of false positives produced by a machine learning classification model? A. Include test data in the training data. B. Increase the number of training iterations. C. Modify the threshold value in favor of false positives. D. Modify the threshold value in favor of false negatives. The answer is D. To reduce the number of false positives, incorrectly identifying a positive outcome when it's actually negative, you would adjust the classification threshold. By increasing the threshold, i.e., making the model more conservative, the model will be less likely to classify instances as positive, thereby reducing false positives. This will result in a higher rate of false negatives, where negative cases are incorrectly classified as negative, but fewer positive errors. Why the others are incorrect? A. Include test data in the training data. This is a data leakage issue and will lead to overfitting, not better model performance. B. Increase the number of training iterations. This can improve the model's accuracy overall but doesn't specifically target false positives. C. Modify the threshold value in favor of false positives. This would increase false positives, which is the opposite of what you're trying to achieve. You are building an AI-based loan approval app. You need to ensure that the app documents why a loan is approved or rejected and makes the report available to the applicant. This is an example of which Microsoft responsible AI principle? A. Fairness. B. Inclusiveness. C. Transparency. D. Accountability. The answer is C. The principle of transparency in responsible AI refers to the need for systems to be explainable and understandable to users, ensuring they can understand how decisions are made. In this case, providing documentation on why a loan is approved or rejected is an example of transparency, as the app makes the reasoning behind its decisions clear to the applicant. Why the others are incorrect? A. Fairness ensures that AI systems treat all users equally, without bias. While fairness is crucial in loan approval systems, it doesn't specifically address the need for providing explanations for decisions. B. Inclusiveness focuses on designing systems that are accessible and usable by people from diverse backgrounds. It's not directly related to providing explanations of decisions. D. Accountability ensures that organizations are responsible for the outcomes of AI systems. While accountability is important, transparency directly addresses the need for making decision processes clear to users. Which Azure AI document intelligence pre-built model should you use to extract parties and jurisdictions from a legal document? A. Contract. B. Layout. C. General document. D. Read. The answer is A. The contract pre-built model in Azure AI Document Intelligence is specifically designed to analyze legal documents, extract key information, and identify relevant entities such as parties and jurisdictions. This model is tailored for legal documents, making it the best choice for this scenario. Why the others are incorrect. B. Layout. The layout model is used for extracting information about the structure and arrangement of a document, e.g., tables, headers, text blocks, not for extracting specific legal entities like parties and jurisdictions. C. General document. This model is for more general document types and doesn't specialize in legal-specific entities like contracts. D. Read. The read model focuses on reading text from documents, but it doesn't have the specialized capabilities for extracting legal data like parties or jurisdictions.